You know, our scouts and assistants are always on the lookout for people who have not achieved the recognition that we feel they rightfully deserve. Somehow they've been passed over for recognition by the passing parade. So we bring them here to a feature called Face in the News. And today we have with us, what's your name again?
Clifton Wordlinger.
Clifton Wordlinger, and he's a pizza flipper. Clifton, where do you do your flipping?
I work at the Circular Restaurant on 42nd Street.
Here in New York, right?
Here in New York.
Are you from New York?
No, oddly enough, I'm from Menlo Park, New Jersey.
Menlo Park, New Jersey. Isn't that the home of Thomas A. Edison, the wizard of Menlo Park?
That's true. Of course, in his earlier years, he wasn't known as a wizard.
Well, no, I guess you have to do a lot before you're known as a wizard.
Right. That's why you don't see many young wizards around these days.
No, he was a Garden State genius. You know, just his work on the movie camera would qualify him for that.
That's true, and then when you add to that the incandescent lamp,
That's
all
right.
the other things.
He was a New Jersey great. An Ohio product,
Yes.
but a New Jersey great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gee, you know, where did you learn your pizza flipping?
Well, my uncle was a famous pizza flipper, Joseph Hanover.
Joseph Hanover?
Uh-huh.
Why, when I was a kid, I used to sneak into the Rococo restaurant there and watch him work in the center of the room.
Yeah, the Rococo, that's where he used to work, all right.
Yeah, he'd toss pizzas 30, 40 feet in the air. Whatever happened to your uncle?
Well, his eyesight went bad, and the stuff he was throwing into the air was landing on the patrons, and from there on, it was pretty much downhill.
Well, I'm glad I caught him in his prime.
Well, you were luckier than I was, but I was there on his last night, a proud, defiant man.
Look, if it's difficult for you to talk about.
No. I think it's good to get these things off your chest. I haven't talked about Uncle Joseph for a long time now, and I think I feel better doing it.
Have there been any drastic changes in pizza flipping since your uncle's time?
Yes, we don't flip them as high as we used to. There are too many pizza snatchers around.
Well, by that you mean these are people who grab a descending pizza before it lands and runs off without paying for it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you throw them up as little as 2 feet, you have to elbow your way in there and grab them before they do it. It's tough stuff.
You know, I could never understand why anybody would want an uncooked pizza crust, you know?
I never could either. I think they must do it for the sport of it. It certainly isn't the nourishment.
Well, look, time has slipped by on us, Clifton.
My Uncle Joseph wrote the definitive work on pizza flipping, you know. Making dough by flipping dough.
Oh, right.
I learned all I knew about it from him.
You know, speaking of that, did you know that your uncle was a great friend of Jack Palance?
I'd heard that. I'd heard that very same thing.
And there's a picture of your uncle and Jack in a barbershop window there on 44th Street in the Times Square area.
No fooling. That's 2 blocks from where I work.
Yeah.
Is that the barbershop that has Laurel and Hardy's picture in the
Wheeler
window?
and Woolsey. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go over and look at that. I'd
Well,
heard that bit about Jack Palance and my uncle, but I was never able to prove it.
Time has kind of slipped by on us here, Clifton. I'd hoped that, you know, we could have well, we've been spending all this time talking about Thomas Edison and your uncle and incandescent bulbs
Well,
and movie cameras and
right.
Jack Palance.
It's been a pleasure anyway.
I had hoped, though, that we had had a demonstration of fancy and comedy flipping from you, but maybe some other time.
Maybe I could come back sometime.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you. Say, do you feel a little better now that you've been on Face in the News?
I feel a little better. I'd probably feel a great deal better if my uncle had been Thomas A. Edison.